Hey everyone, it's Sean here from SeanMojo.com. I have not made a video in about 5 years. This is a what's in your bag video, but it's more than that. It's a little bit about my journey from Nikon to Fuji and what I was reluctant about and what I was really motivated about. So I was shooting with a variety of Nikon cameras. I started with the D5100, then D300, D700, D800, and then Nikon DF. Nikon DF was a purely photography camera, no video whatsoever. And I was kind of noticing Nikon was falling behind in the technology. You know, the Bluetooth connectivity was really lacking in depth of features. And you know, the Fuji, although it's a crop sensor, I really liked that you know, it was cutting edge color science and connectivity with my smartphone and other devices. So that really pushed me to go into the Fuji system, and I was so familiar with Nikon that I was really reluctant to do so. So first I invested in a Fuji X-T3, and it's kind of like it's a starter camera. I took that on, you know, a couple trips to Sequoia and other hiking trips, and I really liked it, and I found the system really intuitive. So I decided to invest in the X-T3, which is what I'm shooting with right now. So I'll tell you a bit about what I'm shooting with. I have the X-T3, and I'm shooting with the kit lens, the 15 to 55, or sorry, 18 to 55. And that's the 2.4 to 4.0, which is a really great lens. For a kit lens, I mean, it really can do almost everything you want to do just to begin with. And on top of the camera, I have the Takstar Rode mic, and you know, it was really inexpensive, and it is an extremely efficient Rode mic. I'm really glad I bought it. There are a lot of tests online between the Takstar versus the actual Rode mic, which is about a $200 difference between the two, and there was very little difference between sound quality. Well, so much for connectivity. Internet or Wi-Fi, Fuji Wi-Fi just disconnected itself. Anyways, I'm shooting with also one of those little generic LED lights, video lights. So that works really well to add some fill. All right, now for the camera gear. I've always shot with this Flipside 400 AW. It's a really good travel backpack. It's best because the opening is in the back. So you will not get, you will not get robbed. No one can pickpocket you. So I use this on many treks, to through Washington State and all across the U.S. On a lot of other backpacking trips, I use that. But for if I go a little further and I want to travel a little lighter, I use this CADeN little teardrop side sling backpack, and this is really good. It comes with this waterproof cover here, which I never use because I'm never really in a torrential downpour. But it has enough room for your camera, especially if you have a mirrorless like the X-T3, and then 2 or 3 lenses, depending on the size of your lenses, and then whatever batteries and whatnot, cleaners and whatnot you need. So those are the backpacks and carrier cases that I use. Besides that, I got this little silicone sleeve for the camera. It's really a piece of junk. I don't recommend it. It just doesn't fit snug anywhere. It doesn't let you get access to any of the buttons that are really important. And I also got this, I thought it was cool looking, that's why I got it. Little case, full case here. So it's supposed to work well with the kit lens, which it does, but it's a real pain every time I have to change the batteries. This specific model doesn't have a battery opening at the bottom. And then, if I want to put the tripod bracket on the bottom, it doesn't stay very well. So I rarely use this. I just leave this at home wherever I go. And I'm looking for a bracket grip with the Arca Swiss mount type. If anyone has any recommendations, let me know. I know the small rig has a really nice one. I'm kind of looking into that. As for lenses, the first one I bought was this Rokinon 12mm. Besides from the kit lens, I got the real nice wide angle Rokinon. It's manual lens. I love this lens. This is awesome. And you have the focus peaking on the X-T3. Actually, all the Fuji X systems has the best focusing. I mean, focusing manual on Fuji is, I'd say, actually better than focusing automatic with an AF lens on Nikon. It's so intuitive. I had a whole bunch of Nikon lenses. I got rid of most of the AF ones. I didn't think I needed them anymore. I held on to some of the vintage ones that I thought were cool. I got this, you know, 80s 50mm Nifty 50 1.4. It's also a manual lens, but then I got this Gutty adapter. So you adapt the Fuji X mount to the FX, Nikon FX. I thought that was awesome. I have a whole bunch of Nikon lenses that I sold. I have some that I have left over. I have a 35mm, but I'm slowly transitioning over to, you know, AF lenses on the Fuji, because Fuji AF is awesome. All right, then I got this little Pancake lens. It's just a, you know, 2.8 27mm. I just thought it's awesome. It's just really small. It really allows me to just throw the camera into my bag anytime and just run with it. I mean, all right. Then lastly, I got the Viltrox 85mm 1.8. Now this lens is amazing. I had some problems with connectivity with this lens. I took it on just one shoot, and then I upgraded the firmware on it from the Viltrox website. It was on version 1.1. I switched to 1.3, and something happened every time as soon as I put this on the X-T3, the camera would just, you know, start flashing, and I didn't know what to do. I reached out to Viltrox, and they were really helpful. They said try this and that. I tried a few things, and they said, well, try reinstalling the firmware. I did that, and now it's working. So I'm really happy that this lens is working. I'm actually looking forward to the December 19th, 2019, just in a couple weeks, release of their 23mm, their 33mm, and their 55mm. So actually, I'm interested in the 33mm. It's very close to the 27, but it has a 1.4, which has a really wide aperture. I'm looking forward to that. All right, aside to the lenses and the cases, I love strobes. I love flashes, speed lights. I have a huge strobe set I keep in the garage for studio shooting, which I rarely do, but when I do, have a lot of fun. Anyways, besides that, I have you know, a couple batteries here, and I really recommend one of these intelligent chargers, which is really amazing. It comes with its own USB plug-in, and then you can also put in the micro USB or micro USB-C type. You can charge it both ways. It's really awesome, and allows you to take it anywhere and be fully charged anywhere you go. Then I have like a 12,000 milliamp charger, which is huge, like a brick, but it comes in handy. Charges really slowly though, but it works. And I have a bunch of N-loop batteries for my flashes, which I'll get to right now. But N-loops are great. They're pricey. I found an alternative which is really good, which is this AccuVar, the AccuVar brand I got on Amazon, and they seem to be excellent batteries. These have lasted me just as long as the N-loops, and I abuse them. I just really use them, wear them all the way down, charge them up again over and over. I've never had any problems. Then there's also this XIT brand, which I love. This is probably my favorite battery that I shoot with. So they're rated at 3100 milliamps. This is an awesome battery. They're cheap and they're really efficient. I actually rate this above the AccuVar N-loop. Any battery that I've ever used. I love the XITs. Try them out. And then I invested in this Godox system, which I really love. I got the Godox X-T2, but it's also known as the Flashpoint R2T. The Flashpoint is the Adorama branding of the Godox brand. Okay, so this is the controller you put on your camera. And then I have a bunch of speed lights. So these are this is the Godox TT600, which is the exact same as the Flashpoint R2 Zoom. So these are the same, just different branding. But I had a problem with the Flashpoint R2 Zoom, which I have another video, short video on. It doesn't connect high speed, so it doesn't shoot high speed. It doesn't HSS sync. So I've reached out to Flashpoint, and they're working with me on that. And then I have these Flashpoint Zoom Minis, R2 Minis, which are amazing speed lights. I highly recommend this. They shoot ITTL as well as HSS. So if you want to black out the background, it does that. And if you want to, you know, just give enough light to what the camera needs, it'll read your camera's mind. These are awesome flashes, and they're really small, and they're fairly affordable. And these, I had no problem high-speed syncing these as well. So they all work together. They all work with one controller, and And lastly, when I'm shooting video, I always have, you know, a pair of just any headphones that'll do. These are not noise canceling or anything, but these are really nice. You know, I can't really hear much of anything else except for what I'm recording. And that's about it with the gear. So I've had some issues with joining the Fujifilm team, and that was I had these leftover SD cards. They're like 128 gigs, and I was just using them back from the Nikon days. I just brought them over. Like, these are really big cards, but they're only UHS-1 type cards, and I guess they're a little too slow for Fuji. And my camera kept locking up over and over, and I didn't know what was wrong. So then I just invested. I got a another brand, a Lexar brand, which is rated at 300 megabytes per second, and that kept freezing up on me too. And I was wondering what was wrong, and I found in one forum, actually from the Angry Photographer, he said that Lexar, never invest in Lexar. They're really unreliable. They always freeze up. Never get a Lexar with a Fuji. So then I went ahead and I got the SanDisk. You know, it's a UHS-2, Extreme Pro 2. So that's an awesome SD card. I've never had any problems ever since that, and I'll probably stick to that. I also heard the Toshiba's really good. I'm kind of hesitant about testing that out. If you've heard anything, please let me know. All right, and that's it. I'll hopefully talk to you later.